collective has only been an entity for like a year and a half at this point. And we've tried all sorts of things, and amazingly things have worked really well. But that newsletter, a piece of paper in everyone's mailbox, our demographic is 65 to 80, I would say.
Oh, there's some younger ones.
Well, there's a couple, but generally, and not necessarily internet savvy. So yeah, it has worked really well. And of course, the Lake Midway Festival too, as a community builder. I mean, it might seem really small scale compared to some things that people have done in the room, but Digby Neck has had really, I feel, and I've lived there my whole life, so I think I can. It really had lost its sense of community. I think that, through a series of events, that it really had. And you put your head down, you go to work, come home, and watch TV. Or if your kid's in a club, you go to 4-H meetings, right, Jean? But unless something like that, there wasn't a real sense of community. Everyone's very self-sufficient, and but the seniors, you can see this sense of disconnect, and they may not know it, but it's harming their health. We have no doctors, people have chronic illness, that sort of thing. And I think that, yes, like when you lose connection, you don't eat properly, you're not socializing. It affects mental health, physical wellness, a lot of things. And just having a place to go, a place to visit, people that care, something to look forward to. I mean, it's a little tiny cafe with a few workshops, but it provides all those things very inexpensively.
As we have all heard in the news recently, the effects of loneliness on your both physical and mental health and the sense of isolation can have a huge impact on you as an individual, but also in terms of how your community functions. And as you've said, all the things that the collective has done, the Lake Midway Festival and the newsletter in particular, have helped to give people a sense of connectivity, of connectedness, a sense of value, a sense of purpose. And I have family connections in the community of Sandy Cove, where the Schoolhouse Cafe is and where the collective has its base, that go back for almost 200 years. So I haven't lived there for my whole life, but I retired there in 2009. And one thing I learned then was, okay, this is my community, this is where I live. So you can't wait for they to come in and do something. What you realize, or what I realized, was, well, I am the they. We are the they. So if you want something to happen, then you just do it. And you don't listen to the people who say, oh, you're never going to be able to operate a cafe with volunteers. That is just never going to happen. You can't do that. It won't work. Well, thank God we didn't listen to those
28 people step forward last summer and volunteer at the cafe.
Yeah.
Like, we had no trouble getting anyone to work there because it's social.
It's social.
It's the only thing going on. It's the
go.
place to be.
It's the only place on if you can get an espresso.
It's the place to proceed. We have an espresso machine. I mean,
I thought I should mention though. I mean, on the report there, it says the Eldridge Memorial Library. So the Eldridge Memorial Library is a very small, privately run library in the village of Sandy Cove that has existed since 1936. And again, it's an example of an organization that was created through a bunch of volunteers to provide a library within their community. And they cooperated with us to enable us to apply for this grant. And they continue to operate. Every summer they're open. Again, completely run by volunteers. So it's that grassroots, it's that sense of power that you can get from a group of people who have an idea and see a way to just step forward with the idea and reach out, and people will help.
I have one more thing that I promise. Also, well, like again, through a series of unfortunate events, I think, in our area, people, they balked at you'll be able to run something with volunteers, or you'll be able to get anything going around here. Everything fails, development agencies have died, whatever. And in the time since we have stuck our neck out and took the chance, because we had no idea if this was going to work, and just hoped it would, neither one of us have ever worked. Well, I've worked in a cafe. We've never run a business. We have zero experience. Anyway,
No business.
I don't know if you call it stupid, whatever. Anyway, we stuck our neck out and took the chance, and everyone has 25,000 reasons why not to do everything. I'm sure all of you have heard all of these reasons because that's how it always goes. People want to tell you that. And so we did it anyway to see what would happen, and it worked. And we stayed open only on Saturdays this winter, and we actually made a profit. In the winter,
Not paying staff.
in the winter, in Nova Scotia, in Digby County, population 7,000 people, okay, that's the entire county, not Digby Neck, and we made a go of it. But that's not the biggest thing.
No.
Other people have dared to open businesses that haven't, there hasn't been a new business open. I don't know, I should find that out actually. But 2 or 3 different people have dared to open other businesses, and they're flourishing.
Yeah.
And so other people will dare to stick their necks out. So.
Or they've had an idea and seen that, we could do something, so, well, if we could do it, why can't they?
Yeah.
So next year we'll have there'll be a community rink on the grounds of the school, just 5 miles down the road from us. There's a little art gallery that has opened. We have a distillery on Digby Neck.
We have a new yoga studio.
And 2 new yoga
And we
studios.
started a community garden that Gwen and I filled the gardens full of dirt last Friday.
7 cubic yards.